It starts with a snorting impression to summon these pigs from their slumber. Then it's on to the barn to talk cattle.
These are all just strictly beef cows, and that is the strange cow. He's actually a ram.
Next, it's off to the chicken coop to check their progress.
And then the eggs go over to the egg room. This is a cleaning solution just to clean the outside of the shells.
From animals to eggs, Bob sure knows how this farm is run.
Myself, I was brought up with animals all my life, so this to me is nothing.
But he's not here as an ode to his past. The entire 14 months Bob spent on this property has been dedicated to his healing.
My life hadn't just become unmanageable, my life had become out of control.
It all started with a heavy addiction to alcohol. The more he drank, the deeper he seemed to drown in his addiction. Then nearly a year and a half ago, Bob hit his breaking point.
The final straw came when I tried to commit suicide. But I guess God didn't want that for me. And he ended up putting two people in the right place at the right time to save me before I hit the end of my rope.
A trip to detox pushed Bob into recovery mode, exactly what he was hoping for. And he also got the opportunity to move on to the next stage, rehabilitation. He was looking for what he called a positive environment, and that is Hope Farm. Everything
that you're taught here is all positive. Learning about the land and growing vegetables, learning about the animals and how they interact with our sustenance. Big crop of wheat.
The farm started as a vision of the Mustard Seed Food Bank. Their goal? To break the cycle of addiction and dependency. So 6 years ago, they bought this old dairy farm in North Cowichan and turned it into a healing facility. Currently, they've had over 70 men through the program, with about 1/3 of the residents turning out to be a success story like Bob.
Sometimes I wish I could show people before and after pictures of guys, but you know, we have before and after stories. It's great to look back and see people who weren't really living now are full of life.
The program at Hope Farm is divided into 3 stages. So the first stage is 4 months long. The men are healing and learning all about themselves at the farm. They're tied very closely to the property, doing chores around here. The second stage, well, they're given a little bit more freedom. They're able to go out into the community, make a few connections out there. And the third stage, well, that's where Bob's at.
Stage 3, you have other responsibilities, and then you can get away to go to school or to courses.
Bob is now completing his high school education and getting ready to move on to the next chapter in his life, working a part-time job, moving into his own apartment, and maintaining his sobriety.
I might be moving out on my own and being alone, but with my community and everybody that I have got to know, I'm not alone.
We end our tour in the garden as Bob shows me some vegetables in the last stage of their cycle, ready to be harvested, ready to move on, a metaphor for Bob's situation.
I might not have a lot in financial aspect or material aspect, but in reality sense, I have a lot. I have a lot.
In North Cowichan, I'm Jen Moranitz.